All right. Thank you for coming. Happy Monday. So, you know, I did my teacher training. I guess it would have been like 2006. And I'd already been teaching a little bit before then. And, something I kind of noticed kind of right away was that some people have trouble with the stepping back to the top of push-up. Um, it's a lot of like upper body. I mean, even my friend, he plays guitar all day long at retirement facilities. His wrists are sore, so it's difficult for him to step back and do the sun salutations, which are part of the primary series of Ashtanga yoga. It's like the beginning, the first series. This would be the easiest, but it has this element, which actually, if you do a study of the roots of yoga and how yoga came together, the sun salutations were actually a separate thing that people used to do in the gym in India, and Christian Acharya put that at the beginning of the sequencing as like kind of this warm-up. But not everyone has the same upper body strength. Not everyone is able to do these things easily. I studied with a lot of different teachers after I became a teacher, trying to figure different things out. And I won't say the person's name because they didn't have a solution, but I went to a very big teacher, and there was a lot of other teachers taking this big teacher's class, and we're all asking questions. And I asked the question about, what happens when a student says to you, look, I just can't do the sun salutations. It hurts my arms, it hurts my shoulders, it hurts my elbows. I literally said to him, at what point do I say to someone, maybe this isn't for you? And everyone laughed, ha, 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 but I never got a solution. And over time, I started to come up with my own solutions, and I've given it to people. Some of them use it, some of them don't. It'll slow you down a little bit. So you don't worry about keeping up with people. Don't worry about keeping up with the practice. You can catch up whenever you catch up. What you should focus on, and not worry is a bad word, but worry about is taking care and listening to your body, not assuming that I'm supposed to do this because this is what yoga is and this is what my yoga teacher is telling me, whoever that yoga teacher may be. And have that conversation with the yoga teacher. And if they don't have a solution, then you need to ask someone else, or whatever. So tonight, and I may do it also Wednesday, but tonight, this is my solution for the sun salutations. And before we start the practice, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to do one of the sun A's, which doesn't include either the warrior one or the crescent pose. And then I'm going to do one of the sun B's, which we'll be doing tonight with crescent. And you're welcome tonight, because I'm going to do it through the whole practice, but you're welcome to do it as we normally do it. But I will be doing the whole practice tonight as this modified version. But before we start the class, and you're welcome to do these with me, I'm going to show you how to approach the Surya Namaskara A and the Surya Namaskara B, so that we're not, if we are trying not to stress the shoulders, the wrists, the elbows, the upper body, all of that, because we all are a little bit different as much as we are the same. So let me go back here. So the first one, and I know this chops my head off, no big deal. We'll do the normal big toes together, and we're going to normally reach up, our normal forward fold, looking up, pulling the shoulder blades. And this is where it gets a little different, because normally I say step back to the top of push-up, and in traditional Ashtanga, you actually jump back to Chaturanga, which is even harder. But what we're going to do for this variation is put the hands down lightly, put the knees down, and come down to the belly. Toes are pointed straight back, and we're just going to do Cobra. So Cobra does not involve pushing on the mat with the hands. Cobra, the hands are just there, but we're lifting up, tightening the legs, lifting up through the shoulders. And we will have to put the hands down as we put the knees down and roll back into child's pose, lengthening out through the fingers. So those are the two replacements for Chaturanga. It's three replacements. The replacement for Chaturanga, up dog, and down dog. So I'm going to show you the replacement for the Surya Namaskara B, which is we normally do, and I'll do it with the chair, and we do with Warrior 1, or tonight we'll do it with Crescent, and I'll show you the option if you want to do it. So the forward fold stuff is about the same. Thumbs out is so great for the shoulders. We breathe, we sit in chair. Good. We come up over, forward folding. We look up. Same as the first one. Hands down, and put the knees down, and then get the whole body laying down flat, and then Cobra. So we're not pushing into the shoulders or the elbows. The hands are taking no weight. We're tightening the legs and lifting it up through the shoulders, third eye looking. And then from here, we're going to come to hands and knees, which is what will be our replacement for down dog. So from here, just step the right foot up and you're into the crescent lunge with the knee down. Now, if you wanted to come up into full crescent, you lift the knee also, but you don't have to. So then we do the second side of that. We just step back to hands and knees again instead of down dog, and other side stepping. It's a little slower, not extremely slower. And again, you could come up, straighten the leg, or you could keep the knee down. So those are our two alternatives for the other versions that are much more pressure on the upper body and the wrists and the elbows. So if there comes a time where we can't do that because of injury, we can do this replacement. Or if our body is just not built for doing that style of work, this is a great way to replace that. And so now let's start the classes right from the beginning here. And I'm going to back this up a little bit. And we're going to just hop a little bit, warming the body up, shaking the fingers out. I'm going to go back so my head's not chopped off. Just nice and easy, stepping back and forth in place. And I'm going to do this again on Wednesday and go through this. And I'm going to use the abbreviated versions for my whole practice. You're welcome to do Warrior 1, Warrior 2, up dog, down dog, exactly as you always do. But I want to get us a feel for this. So let's get to it. Big toes together, ankles a little bit apart, thumbs out. We're going to start with the sun A. We're going to do 3 of those. So we're going to breathe in, reach up and look up. We're going to breathe out and forward fold, fingers low. We're going to look up, flatten the back. We're going to put the hands down. You can step back, top and push it if you prefer, or back to the knees and then all the way down to the belly with the toes pointing back. Cobra, you're welcome to do up dog, and then knees down, pushing into child's pose or down dog. And whichever one you chose to do, we'll take several breaths right here. Good. We're going to come up to hands and knees. We're going to step one foot, then the other foot to the top of the mat with the fingers low. We look up, we forward fold, come on all the way back up to the ceiling, hands down through the heart center, pushing into the earth. We're going to circle back up on the in-breath. Breathing out, forward folding, again, fingers low. We're going to look up. And it's your choice. I'm going to keep doing the modified version. So stepping back to knees, then down to the belly, Cobra, and then rolling into child's pose or down dog. And we'll take several breaths again here. So from child's pose, we'll come to the knees, then everyone's going to step or jump to the top of the mat. We put those feet back together. We look up, we forward fold, all the way back up. We're doing one more. Down through the heart, pushing into the earth, circling back up on the in-breath. Breathing out, forward folding again, fingers low. We look up and hands down, back to the knees. Lower drop, Cobra, and rolling back into child's pose or down dog. We'll take several breaths right here. Good, back to hands and knees. And we're gonna step to the top of the mat, feet together. We look up, forward fold. We'll come all the way up to the ceiling, hands in prayer to the ceiling. And then we're gonna bring the arms right down at the sides again. So excellent, and remember, you're welcome to do the way we normally do it, and I'm gonna keep doing this modified version. So big toes touching, let the knees fall together, sitting in chair. Good, up over, same as before, fingers low. We're gonna look up, flatten the back. We're gonna put the hands down, step back to the knees and then to the belly. Cobra, and coming back to hands and knees. Right foot stepping, crescent lunge, up with the arms. Good, and they can be straight up. You're welcome to, from there, lift the knee. You don't have to, I'm just gonna do that one time. We'll take a couple of breaths here. Good, and then hands down. We're gonna step that knee back. We're gonna come down, belly, up dog, cobra, hands and knees, and then other side, left foot stepping, back up with the arms. And again, you're welcome to lift the knee. And we're gonna stay here. Good, hands down again. We step back to the knees. We're gonna drop the belly down, cobra, and on this last one, we'll roll back into child's pose again. And we're gonna stay here. Those of you that wanna do a down dog here are welcome to. Good, and then again, hands and knees. We're gonna step our way to the top of the mat, feet together, fingers low. We look up, forward fold, feet and knees together, sitting in chair, standing, shoulders back, tight core. Great, so we're gonna do 2 more of these. And again, you're welcome to do up dog and down dog. Sit in chair, Utkatasana. Up over, forward folding. Look up, flatten the back. Stepping, either top of push-up or hands and knees, down, cobra or up dog, hands and knees are down dog, right foot crescent lunge, back up, take a couple of breaths here. Good, hands back down, we step to that knee, we come to the belly, cobra, back to hands and knees, left side stepping, back up with the hands, you could lift the knee if you like. Take a couple of breaths here. Very nice, hands down again. We step back to hands and knees, and then we're gonna roll into child's pose, unless of course you're doing down dog. And we'll take a couple of breaths here. Good. We're gonna walk or jump to the top of the mat, so you put the feet back down there at the top. We'll look up. Forward fold. Feet and knees sitting in chair. Standing, arms down, shoulders back. So we're gonna do 1 more of these. So again, we sit in chair. Great. Up, over, forward folding. We look up, flatten the back. Stepping to the knees. We're lowering to the belly, cobra, tight legs, and we roll to hands and knees again. Right foot stepping for crescent with the knee down, arms back up. We'll take a couple breaths here again. Good, hands down again. We're going to step that knee back and then to the belly, Cobra, back to hands and knees. There's a little bit of weight on the shoulders there. Left foot stepping back up. It should be totally doable though. We'll take a couple breaths here in the crescent lunge on the left. Very nice. Hands down again. Step back to the knees, down to the belly, up dog or cobra, and down dog or child's pose. Very nice. We're going to stay right here. If you're in child's pose, you'll need to come to your knees. And then we're going to step our feet, walking up the top of the mat. We look up, the forward fold, feet and knees. Let's sit in chair. And we're going to stay in chair. We're going to take several breaths here. I hope that that was helpful. We're going to do it again on Wednesday, and it'll feel a little more familiar, at least to me. Let's twist chair, right elbow outside of the left leg, hands in prayer, pull in towards the chest, turn the fingers towards the face. We're going to stay here. You're welcome to open the arms. You don't have to. We're going to keep breathing. Good. Forward fold like you're resting. Just let everything hang. Great. Let's sit in chair again. And then we're going to twist left elbow outside of right, hands in prayer, fingers towards the face. We're going to breathe here. Good. Forward fold. Take the feet apart, the distance of the hips. Grab elbows or prayer. We're going to hang down. You're welcome to bounce. Let everything drop off your back. Engage the core. Come on all the way up. We're going to touch the ceiling. And then all the way down, we're going to take peace fingers under big toes, thumbs touching on the inside, elbows pulling away from the ears, top of the head down. We're going to breathe here. It's okay if the legs are bent. Let's touch the sky again, all the way up. And then all the way back down, each hand under each foot from the front. I definitely bend my legs on this one. You can pull up on the feet if you like, top of the head down, breathing in the nose. All right, let go and let's stand, and we will be at the top of the mat. Take your time. Shoulders back, tight core. We're going to pivot through the standing series, so there won't be any need for the push-ups at this one. We're gonna step the left leg back about the distance of one of your legs. Right foot is running straight forward, left foot 45 degrees, arms out over the legs. We're gonna take a breath in. As we breathe out, we're gonna reach out for triangle, right hand down, left arm up. If possible, we look to the reaching hand. If it bothers your neck, you can look down or to the side. You can also do palms out and away. And if you're super flexible and everything is stacked, left hand over left shoulder over right shoulder, you can grab the big toes with the peace fingers. Legs straight, breathing in the nose. Good, let's come up. We're going to do our first pivot. We're turning the right toes into 45 degrees, the left toes straight out the back. We're going to reach out over the left foot and then left hand down, right arm up, triangle on the other side. We'll breathe here. All the same elements. Just focus on the breath, and your visual is either the hand or you can look at the foot. Great, back up. We're going to pivot again. Left toes to 45, right toes out. I like to shorten the stance about 2 or 3 inches for this next one. And we're going to reach the left arm forward, just leaving the right arm is hanging around. Get that long stretch through those left fingers. And then we're going to twist triangle by placing the left hand on the shin. You could stay here in pyramid or reaching the right arm up. You could take the back of the hand outside of the leg. We're going to breathe here, lengthening the tail to the crown of the head. Keep your right hip in. Don't let it jump out. That's an escape for a lot of people that jumps out through there. And just keep breathing. Good. Back up. We're going to pivot. So right toes 45, left toes straight out the back. Reach the right arm out over beyond the foot. And then again, we twist triangle, right hand down, left arm up. Keep the left hip in. Lengthen the breath, lengthen the spine. Great, back up. We pivot again, left toes 45, right toes out. Let's re-lengthen the stance in our first warrior tonight, warrior 2. The front leg is bent, the knee is over the ankle, the arms are out over the feet, and we're looking at the right hand. Hold the core tight, let the shoulders drop down. We're going to breathe here. We're going to do extended side angle by taking the center of the right forearm, placing it on the leg near the knee, with the left arm up and over, long reaching down the side. I'm going to breathe here, looking up along the elbow to the ceiling. You're welcome to put the right hand on the ground if you prefer. Good. Back up. We're going to straighten the right leg so that we can pivot the right foot to 45 degrees. Left toe straight out the back. Bending the left leg. We're in warrior 2 now on the other side. We'll take several breaths here, dropping the shoulders, holding the core. Good. Forearm again on the leg, quite near the knee. Right arm up and over. long reaching, long breathing. Whatever you did on the other side, see if you can match that. Great. Back up. We're going to straighten that left leg. We're pivoting again. Left toes 45, right toes out. Warrior 2 again. We're going to hold here, breathing, looking at the right hand. Let's turn the right hand so the palm faces the ceiling. Left hand barely touches the back leg, and we're going to arch back, looking up along the elbow to the sky. We breathe here, keep the knee over the ankle in the front or close. Great, straight that right leg so we can pivot again. Right toes 45, left toes out the back. Warrior 2 again. We'll take a moment here, a couple of breaths. We're going to turn the left palm to face the ceiling. Right hand barely touches the back leg. And we arch back, looking up along the elbow again to the ceiling, breathing here. We're going to come to horse by just coming up to center. Both toes are going to be splayed out. The knees are opening, and we are holding the ceiling. Core is tight, and we're staring straight forward. We're going to take several breaths right here. Excellent. Straight the legs. Turn the toes to run straight forward. We're going to reach straight up to the ceiling and then straight down with the hands right underneath the shoulders. Maybe it's just fingers on the line of the big toes. Maybe we try to put the palms down. We're going to lengthen the head down to the space between the hands. Elbows back through the legs. Just breathing. Good. Back up. We're going to reach out to the ends of the fingers. And behind the back, we're going to intertwine those fingers, pushing the palms together. We're going to look up, and we're going to forward fold. You could do it palms apart. Palms together is a nice relief in the upper back. Palms apart goes a bit more into the shoulders. And breathe here. Good. Back up. Touch the ceiling again, all the way up. And all the way back down. You can grab the shins, grab the ankles, and grab the big toes with the peace fingers. Either way, you can pull the elbows away from the ears and the top of the head down. We're going to breathe here. Let's stay down low, both hands over to the right for a moment, left shoulder under and through. And then over, please, to the other side, nose towards the shin as best as we can, or the knee, top of the head lengthening to the foot. Great, come up to standing, and we're going to shorten the stance to about 3 feet apart, unless you're taller than me. More than, I think, 5'7", you can do 3.5 feet. We're going to turn the right toes straight to the front, left toes are 45 degrees. We bring the arms out, because we're going to do pyramid. So we're going to square the shoulders to the front of the mat, and then behind the back, you can grab elbows or reverse prayer. We're going to pull the shoulder blades back and together. We're going to look at the ceiling for a moment. Keep the shoulder blades back and together. We're going to come down and look at the right foot. And we'll take many breaths right here. You could stay in pyramid, which is a great hamstring opener, or warrior 3, pushing off the left foot, coming to balancing on the right foot only. We're going to stay here breathing. Ardha Chandrasana, if you like, right hand down, left arm up. And you could switch the hands. That's a little tough. And put that left foot right back where it was. We're going to pivot again. Right toes to 45, left toes out, arms out so we can square these shoulders now to what is the back of the mat. Behind the back, elbows in reverse prayer, shoulder blades together, we look up. And then we're going to come down and look at the left foot. We breathe here. You could stay here in pyramid, or if you prefer, up into warrior 3 as best as you can. And Ardha Chandrasana, if you like, left hand down, right arm up. And switching the hands. Woo-hoo! Let's stand and let's just come on up to the top of the mat and shake it out a bit. Nice job. All right. We're going to do simple tree, standing on the left foot. I'm going to grab the right ankle, and you can hold it there the whole time. If it locks, great, you can let go, hands to the heart or all the way up. You could also put it out in the front if you prefer. And we're going to stay here breathing. Find your visual. I'm looking at the camera on my laptop, just staring at that. For whatever reason, finding that drishti spot, that focal of the visual, helps the balancing. Stay a little longer, keep on breathing, keep the core engaged. We're breathing deep in the nose, breathe all the way to the standing foot and then all the way back out. Excellent, let that down, step it out a little bit. Then we're gonna stand on the right foot. We're gonna lift the left foot up and try to do whatever you did on the other side. Hands to the heart, you're welcome to bring the arms up, find your visual. Continue controlling the breath and feeling the breath, core a little bit engaged. Stay a little longer if you can. Great, let that down. You could step it out a little bit if you like. We're going to stand again on the left foot. We're going to lift the right knee and grab the right knee with the right hand, left hand on the hip. If you feel like it, you can take the right peace fingers and grab the big toe, extending that leg straight out, or just hold the knee. Stand tall and straight no matter what you're choosing to hold onto, the knee or the foot. Open that right leg out to the right as you look over your left shoulder. Stay on the one foot, back to center. Show me the bottom of your right foot. Excellent. Let that down, step it out. So we stand on the right now. We're going to lift the left, left on left. We'll stay here. And if you extended the foot on the last one, please do the same. We're going to open that leg out to the left as we look over the right shoulder. And back to center, leg out on its own. Show me the bottom of your foot. Excellent, let that down. So with the heels approximately under the hips and the toes slightly splayed, we're going to come down into a squat. Ankles are cracking a lot tonight. We're going to bring the hands in prayer and push them together so that the elbows push the knees out, and we're going to lengthen up the back like we're trying to get a little taller. We're going to take several breaths here, and as always, you are welcome to do crow or headstand, although this here squat is really awesome for the low back, the digestive system, the hips, and the knees. So keep on breathing. Very nice. Hands in prayer straight forward. We're coming all the way up to the ceiling, lifting core all the way up to the fingers. Back down, hands straight forward. And all the way up again, lifting. And back down, hands straight forward. All the way up again, lifting. And very nice. Hands back down. And we're going to come to hands and knees. Mostly knees 2 fists apart, hips over the knees, shoulders over the wrists. We're going to do a couple of similar to what we did in the opening, some crescent lunges. We're going to step the right foot top of the mat, and we're going to reach the arms up like a big funnel right here. We're going to take a couple breaths here. Let's do the twist. Left elbow outside of the right leg. Hands in prayer, pull in towards the chest, turn the fingers to the face. We'll stay here. And it's the same as when we were doing this in the beginning you're welcome to roll back on the ball of the foot, lifting the left knee. And we're going to breathe here. Good. Hands down so we can do the other side. Right knee back, left foot top. Back up with the arms in a funnel again. We're going to take a couple of breaths here like we did on the other side. Very nice. Right elbow coming over. Leg is made of cement. It doesn't move. Hands in prayer. And again, you're welcome to have that right knee coming onto the ball of the foot, lifting the knee. Straighten the leg. Otherwise, just breathing right here. Great. Let's switch again. So we'll step that left knee back, right foot up again, arms straight up now to the ceiling. We take just a couple of breaths here, letting the hips hang down a little bit. And then let's come down on the inside. So the right hand will initially go right on the inside of the right foot, pulling the knee against the shoulder. Those of you that want to can walk the hands forward, and eventually the elbows can come down. You can stay anywhere in between, or you can stay with the hand right next to the foot. Let's breathe here. All right, let's do the other side. Right knee back, left foot up to the top, arms straight up to the ceiling. Take a couple of breaths here again. And again, down on the inside. And we'll breathe here. And if you walk the hands forward, please do the same on this side if you can. Great. Back to hands and knees. So we're going to make our way to pigeon. You're welcome to do up dog and down dog, but I'll show you the method that we used in the beginning to use the same, to get to the same place. So from hands and knees, you're welcome to go all the way back to the top of push-up, otherwise down to the belly, Cobra, and then back to hands and knees. I want to take that right shin and throw it a bit up to the center. So if we're not coming from all the way from down dog, we're going to have to exaggerate a little bit this left foot reaching back so we can get that length. And we lift the heart and hands down, forearms down, and we're in our nice familiar pigeon, and we're going to breathe here. Good. And again, of course, you're welcome to do up dog and down dog, but from here, Hands down for a moment. There'll be a bit of weight on the hands. We're going to step the knees back and then down to the belly. Cobra, back to hands and knees. We're going to take that left shin, put it up there in the center, scoot the right leg back. We look up, lifting the heart, and then again, hands down, forearms down, head down, and we're on pigeon on the other side. All right, one more time. You got your options. I'm stepping back to the knees initially, down to the belly, cobra, toes pointed, rolling back to hands and knees. Could be from a down dog. Then we're going to jump to a seated position with the legs straight out in front of us. Excellent. I hope that wasn't too weird. I like to be able to have these variations, and it will become natural if it becomes something you want to do. We're going to breathe in and reach up. We're going to breathe out and fold down towards the toes, and all the way up, breathing in, and all the way back down. And over, the out breath is on the downward fold. These dynamic forward folds are a great way to accelerate the opening of the hamstrings. Great. Touch the ceiling. And then let's bring the arms down. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together for Badakanasana. We're going to grab the feet and pull them in kind of tight. Left hand's going to grab the small toes, right hand on top. We're going to sit up tall as if our back and the back of our head are against the same wall. Lock the shoulders against that wall, pull the core in and up, and then you can butterfly the legs if you like. Great. Let's forward fold, pushing the elbows against the legs. Keep the shoulder blades back and together, even if it restricts your movement. And then try to put the heart on the big toes. So we are lengthening out a bit. Keep on breathing. Good, back up. Let's put the legs out again and we can shake them around a little bit. We're going to do our twist by bending the right leg with the right foot flat on the mat. The left toes remain pointing straight up to the ceiling. Left arm grabs the right leg, right hand behind us. Shoulder pulling back, looking at the back wall. You could also put the elbow outside of the leg if you like. We're going to stay here and breathe. Good, let's do the other side. Right leg out, left sole in. Keep those right toes pointing to the ceiling. Right arm grabs the leg, hand behind you. Sitting up tall. You bring the elbow outside if you like. We're going to breathe here, looking at the where the eye line is at the wall. And back to center, both legs bent. With the legs bent, we're going to bring the arms underneath the legs and roll back onto the tail. You could stay right here. You could let go, which will begin the core work. Lock the shoulders back. You could straighten the legs, arms still parallel to the earth, or hands in prayer, third eye, or to the toes. And remember, you could bend the legs and keep them that way, because you're still getting core work there, it's just not as extreme. Excellent. Cross the legs, grab the shins, sit up really tall. And back up, number 2 of 5. All the same stuff applies. If you want to straighten the legs, keep the shoulders back, keep looking at the feet, breathing in the nose. Very nice. Cross the legs, sit up tall. And back up, number 3. Cross the legs, sit up tall. 2 more. Here we go, back up. Cross the legs, sit up tall. And last one, please, all the way back up, shoulders back. We look at the feet and breathe. Excellent. Hug the knees in, and we're going to lie back. And we're going to take the forearms and try to get them on the shins and pull those shins down and bring the nose up towards the knees. You can really pull those shins down pretty hard. Great. Let's put the feet down flat. Feet and knees are 2 fists apart. We're going to lift the hips. As we lift the hips, tuck one shoulder, then the other, intertwine the fingers, push the arms against the earth. You're welcome to do Badakanasana if you like. Otherwise, we're staying right here in bridge, breathing, looking at the ceiling. Great. Back down. We're going to go upside down. You're welcome to go against the wall with your feet up the wall. Otherwise, we're going to start with plow, kicking the feet up and over the head, legs in the direction of straight. Hands could be either on the back or intertwine fingers with the arms down. We're going to take several breaths right here. If the hands are not on the back, place them there now and lift the feet straight up into the ceiling, looking at the toes, heavy shoulders, heavy elbows. As little weight as possible on the head. Put as much weight in the shoulders and elbows as you can. All right, bend the legs, bring the knees down towards the ears. We reach back and grab the feet, and we're going to lower ourselves into dead bug. Dead bug, the knees are in the armpits, soles of the feet up to the ceiling. Head is super loose, just laying on the floor of the mat. You could stay still or rock around. Great. Knees into the chest, arms out like a T. We're going to take a breath in as we breathe out. Let the knees fall to the right as we look to the left. You could take the right hand and put it on the legs if you like. I did that actually without thinking, but I like that a lot for myself. If your knees are falling together, you may not need it. And let's come all the way up and then over to the other side. And we're looking to the reaching hand on this one. Very nice. Back to center. Hug the knees into your chest. Thank yourself for coming out. Tell yourself you did a good job. I'm going to lead us in a seated meditation, although you're welcome to lay down if you prefer. Otherwise, we're rolled up to a seated position. I like a rolled up mat for my meditation. It made a world of difference when I started doing this. So the rolled up mat, I just sit up on it just with the hips. You just turn the feet in really simply. I'm going to set the timer for 5 minutes in a moment. We'll intertwine the fingers with the thumbs touching. The back is, we're still pulling the shoulders back a little bit. We're still holding the core a little bit. You could have one hand on top of the other, but the hands are down in the lap. The chin is hanging just barely, slightly to the chest, not a lot. Eyes are gently closed. We're going to become aware of the body breathing itself. We're going to try to put all of our mind's attention on feeling the body breathing itself. If the mind is too jumpy for that, which is possible day to day, you can breathe the body like we did in class, breathing in through the nose, and pushing the breath out through the nose, but really experience it and really feel it and get into it. If the mind is still too jumpy, we count the breath that we are breathing, and when we get to 11, we go back to 1, and we will be here about 5 minutes. All right, let's bring the hands to the heart center, rub them together. And we're going to bring the arms up like a big funnel. We're going to take a breath in through the nose. We're going to breathe in more through the mouth and even more. We're going to tighten the core. We're going to tighten the legs and lift the floor and hold the breath. And then let everything out. You're living your dream. Don't miss it. Namaste. Thank you so much for coming out this evening. It's danieloverberger.com. You can find links to my Venmo and PayPal there. If you need more information, let me know. I'm going to stop the YouTube situation